Good morning, students.
Good morning.
You look so fresh today. How are you? I'm great. Thank you so much. Are you ready for today's lesson?
Yes, I'm ready.
Okay, before we move on to the lesson, I'm going to check your attendance first. Lestia, are you here?
Yes, Miss Present.
Okay. Yumita, are you here?
Yes, Miss.
Okay. How about Arista?
Present, Miss.
Alright. Johnny?
Yes, please.
Okay, you're here. And Vida?
Present, Miss.
Okay, thank you so much. All of you are present today. So, as you can see in the slide, today's lesson is about family. But before we move to the lesson, I'm going to ask you to do like some praying first. Okay? Praying, begin. Finish. Alright, thank you so much. And now let's move on to the lesson. But before that, in the previous lesson, you have learned about animals, right? Do you remember? Okay. Last week, you did a very good job, and I hope today you do a good job too. I'm looking forward for today's lesson, alright? Alright, now let's move on to the lesson. So the lesson today is about family. This is the learning objectives for today. So by the end of the lesson, you are expected to be able to understand words, phrases, and sentences related to family. And you should be able to present the use of words, phrases, and sentences about family. And you will be assigned to match words related to family and also visualize their families through a family tree. And at the end of the class, you will write a short text describing your family unit. Okay, that's for the learning objectives. Now, this is the lesson for today. Before I explain this to you, do you know what family is?
Mommy.
Yes, that's correct. Any others?
Brother.
Yes, excellent.
Grandmother.
Yeah. So in general, you know what is family, right? So, in shortly, family is a group of members or people who we live with, like mother, father, grandparents, uncle, or aunt maybe. So, as you can see, there's several examples to ask or to giving information about family. The first one is asking about family. Who is your father? To ask someone's father. And then, how many siblings do you have? To ask someone's sibling. Do they have sister or brother? And then, lastly, you have younger brother or sister. May I ask you one question? Yumita, do you have younger sister?
Yes.
Yes, that's correct. Excellent. Thank you, Yumita. And lastly is about giving information about family. For example, there are simple examples. The first one is, I have 2 sisters. And I am the only child if you don't have any siblings or brother or sister. And lastly, I'm the oldest child if you are the first child in the family. So far, do you understand?
Yes, Miss.
Okay, excellent. Okay, this is an example of a family tree. I hope you pay attention to this because in the exercise, you will be assigned to do this. Okay, as you can see in the top, Jane and Phil is the grandmother of me And the grandmother and grandfather have 3 children, which are Brian, Michael, and Mary. And then Brian, my father, is married to Sheila, which is my mom. And they have 3 children, which are Philip, me, and Fiona. Meanwhile, my uncle, which is Michael, is not married yet. So he don't have his family tree. And lastly, Mary is married to Bob, which is my uncle. And they have 2 children. Their children called as my cousins. They are Enan and Judith. Do you understand?
Yes.
All right, excellent. Thank you so much. Okay, that's all for the material. Do you have any question to ask? Please raise your hand. No question? Oh, I bet you are already understand about the material. So now I'm going to assign you to do the exercise. Let me explain this first. Alright, so the first exercise is about match and fill. I will give you this paper. Each of you will work individually to fill the blank here. You can see the picture already provided here and guess who is this? Is this grandmother, grandfather, mother, or etc.? I already provide you the keywords here. So you just have to match which one is related or match the picture. And also, the second assignment, you will be assigned to do a family tree, like just I said before. All you have to do is to fill the triangle here, whether here is you, this is your parents, and this is your grandparents. You do it by your own. Any question? No? All right. So this is for you. Yes. Oh, sorry. Thank you. This is for you. Alright. This is for Rida. And this is for Johnny. Yeah, this is for you.
Thank you, Miss.
Alright. You have 10 minutes to do all of the assignment, and 10 minutes start from now. Okay, are you done? Wow, that was very fast. Okay, so now I'm going to ask you, one of you, to present your writing in front of the class. Maybe I will. Oh, you? Let's still want to try it.
Yeah.
Okay, please look forward. Please give applause for Alicia. Okay, Alicia, you may start. Thank you so much, Lestia. That was very excellent. You may sit. All right. Thank you so much. Okay. Lestia already presented her work. So I believe that all of you already done well of your own work. So I will collect the mold. It's fine. Thank you. So the score or the result will be announced next week. Is it okay?
Yes. Yes, please.
Alright, because the time is almost up, so I will wrap up our class for today. So today you learn about what?
Family.
Family! Alright, that's great. So in short, family is the people or the person that you live with at home, like your father, your mother, your sister, or your brother. So you have to love your family because they play an important role in your life, okay? Do not obey their words, okay? Okay, that's great. So before we end our class for today, let's pray first, okay? Pray, begin. Finished. Alright, thank you so much for today. I'm looking forward for the next class, okay? Thank you so much, students. Alright, bye.